Hi, I'm Greg, and I identify as gay. The first question is, when did you know that you were gay? Did you feel that it was more of a choice, or were you simply born that way? Um, I didn't actually identify as bisexual or gay until high school. Um, Growing up, I always realized or thought that I was different. I never exactly knew what it was because I never learned that being gay or liking the same sex was something that was different. I just thought, because I never heard anyone speak on that, so I didn't know that it was something that was different within me. But once I got to high school, I learned that there was a word for it. So that's when I identified as bisexual, but I actually came out as bisexual, I think junior year of high school. And then I came out as gay senior year of high school. I identified as bisexual not because I used it as a way to um, test the waters for coming out as gay, but I actually thought I identified, or actually, I did actually identify as bisexual until that point. Um, how did your friends and family react when you came out? Was your family the first to know? When I came out to my friends, I had a very strong support system. They were always there for me, and they understood. I didn't have a negative reaction with any of my friends at all. I never had any um, detachments from any friendships. Um, my parents, when I came out to my mother, there wasn't that strong of a, um, there wasn't a great reaction to it. I didn't have the luxury of coming out to my mother. The way she found out was I was chatting with a friend. I was actually coming out to a friend online, and my mom did the thing where she creeps up behind the computer, creeps up behind you while you're on the computer just to see what you're talking about, to try to scare you. But she read what I was saying, and she found out. So that wasn't the most ideal way to have her find out. But from then until now, it's been a steady process of being comfortable with who I am and me being comfortable with who she is. And now I can comfortably say we've been at a point for about a year where we are comfortable with each other, and it's not a barrier between our relationship at all. If anything, it's something that makes our relationship much stronger and more pure. When I was able to come out to my father, and he reacted very well. He said that he'll always love me and things, all that good stuff. But he said that um, he wasn't used to the idea, and he wasn't. She said he wasn't sure how he was going to react if he saw, um, I guess, me being with a man or anything like that. Um, what I find interesting about the two differences, excuse me, of coming out to my parents is that, ooh, excuse me, forgive me. They're both military, so I thought that it was very interesting coming out to my mother and her having a very negative reaction to it. So before I was able to come out to my father, I was just thinking, oh, well, if my mom had this reaction to this, what is my father going to think? Like, I thought that coming out to him was just going to be the worst thing in the world, especially since he was a military father. But it turned out to be vice versa, which really surprises me. Next question is: Do you feel that people look at you differently because of your sexuality? No, I don't surround myself with people who consider sexuality to be something that matters. If they think that sexuality is something that's important in a relationship, and important in a friendship, then that's not someone that I'd like to have in my life. So I surround myself around a lot of very positive people who look at life in a very positive manner and look at people as humans, because that's what we are on the end of things, um, instead of looking at sexuality. When I did come out, um, there wasn't really anyone that saw me differently because it's not like when I came out I acted more feminine or anything, but if anything, I would say that I didn't become more feminine. I just became more open and comfortable with who I am. I also was able to become more expressive in the way that I present myself, in in the clothes that I wear, in the way that I speak, in the way that I carry myself. I'm more confident in that, and I am less concerned with the way that comes off to people. So I don't know. I just live my life. um, what obstacles did you face in your public life because of your sexuality? And if you were heterosexual, would you still be face those same obstacles? I don't think that I face obstacles because of my sexuality. I don't put or haven't put myself in an obstacle where my sexuality would be an important subject or be an important variable. No, yeah, I've always, even before I was out, I was a very creative person. I was a very expressive person, and coming out and being open with myself and being open with people that I surrounded myself with was just another. It just opened another door, and me being more creative and more expressive and being able to be that person. Yes, no, yeah, I don't put myself in those situations, so I don't have any obstacles. Have you ever felt discriminated against based on your sexuality? If so, can you give me an example of a time when that happened? Yes. The way that I dress is very, how do I say, flamboyant in the sense that, not in the sense that is feminine. It has a touch of, it's not feminine, but it doesn't subscribe to any gender or gender roles or gender norms. I just dress in a way that that excites me, that makes me think in a way. So when I walk around, in public or in downtown, especially at night, people don't have the same mindset that I do, so they don't understand it for what I see it as. They see it as, oh, a little gay black boy is trying to be cute and trying to be fierce or whatever, but it's simply me just expressing who I am in this one way. So this is just one of the ways that I express who I am as a person, and not a lot of people understand that, and it's usually straight men that don't understand that and don't that try to disrespect that. Next question: being gay, how do you view religion? Do you feel that gays are accepted in your religion? I was brought up Christian. I was raised Christian, and before I came out, there would be a lot in the church, a lot in the sermon about, not a lot in the sermon, but it came out every now and again about man shall not lie with man, things of that nature, and that things like that just really turned me off to the religion and to church and things like that. Excuse me. I don't. The way I view religion is that you can use the Bible. I'm speaking on Christianity specifically. You can use the Bible to say literally anything that you wanted to. So the fact that people use verses to turn down homosexuality and same-sex relationships, but they don't talk about the part where it says that it's an abomination to, say, cut your hair or eat shellfish or associate with women when they're menstruating or do this, do that. The thing, either you follow it all or don't at all. So it's just this big, the word I'm looking for is hypocrisy. So people can use it to say anything that they want. Christians always say, oh, you gotta look good when you go to church, and that includes getting a haircut. That's an abomination according to the Bible. So why this one? Why is this one the one that we're saying is an abomination? Why is this the one that we're fighting against? And I forgot what I was gonna say. But yes, I don't subscribe to any religion, but I do say that I'm spiritual in the sense that I do believe there is a higher power, which I believe is God. I pray to Him, and I believe in Him, but I don't subscribe to the religion in the sense that you have to do this, you have to do that. In terms of like going to church and all these things that I guess religious people do. I have my own unique, special relationship with God, and that has nothing to do with the person to my left, the person to my right, or whatever the Bible says, or whatever my mother says, or whatever the pastor says. It's my relationship with God. And, yeah. I feel like gays are being more accepted to the religion. I think when you say when you ask if gays are accepted in the religion, I think a better question to ask is, are gays more accepted in the church? Because there are churches, especially for the LGBTQA community, and if you ask someone from there, they'd probably say yes, I'd imagine. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not very religious, so I don't know.